Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Things are going really good here, and the weather, although it's been getting cold, we haven't really had very much snow, or actually any snow at all. We've had a little bit of flurries, and when that happens I usually try to jump in the hot tub and take advantage of it, but overall we just haven't had any accumulation. So Sierra continues to do well. Each morning we get up and we do our routine of going on a walk around the border of the property, and she always seems really excited to go. And even though the cancer tumors are getting to be pretty big, I found 2 new ones in her stomach area, like her abdomen area, just the other day, and then the one in her rear is pretty big. But even with that, she still gets out and she walks around the property, and is really seems excited to continue living life. So as long as the will to live is there, then I'm gonna keep on doing what I can to make sure she's comfortable. And Darren's been swinging by. He lately brought over this awesome prime rib that was one of those like cooked meals that you can get at the store, and then all you do is just heat it up when you get back to the house, which I highly recommend that stuff for living off grid like this, because cooking a prime rib out here, I mean, gosh, that'd take a long time, and a lot of resources and lots of fuel, either wood or propane, to cook a prime rib like that. Whereas if you get it at the store, all you gotta do is just you get it home and you cut it up to the pieces, like to the sizes that you want, then just heat it up in your cast iron and you've got yourself a killer meal. So I'm very much thankful for my neighbor Darren. He's a good dude, and this was an awesome dinner that we enjoyed. I always take my fresh pine tree trimmings over to my buddy Chad's place because he's got goats, and these pine branches and needles are considered a really healthy snack for goats. So they just mow these things down, and it provides a good source of vitamin C for them. I want to get things cleaned up around here before the snow sets in, so I've been focusing my efforts over the past 2 weeks just to kind of go through the property, organize everything, take stuff and put it back in its place, and also just really dial in the spot around my camper. I don't like the cluttered look that sometimes off-grid properties can have, so I've just been focusing on getting things cleaned up. I have a lot of trees like this. This is an old growth juniper tree, to where a lot of times half of the tree or more will die off, and then it's basically just like dead standing, wood. And so it's really great because with it not being on the ground like this, it seasons perfectly and it goes great in the stove. The goal today is to get this entire thing filled up to about, let's see if we go up like this, about right there. So we'll see if we've got enough wood. I did get all this from those trees. So we got some pretty thick cuts here, which I can get that all done up into firewood. And then we got some really big pieces over here that I harvested from that old growth juniper tree. And that stuff just burns great. And then I'm gonna make little stools out of this to put on the campfire. That way when our friends visit, we can sit out here and enjoy the fire, check out the stars, and just take in the views. Now this tree over here started to fall down. Let me show you what happened. It started to split, and as a result, I had to come in here and knock it down. You can see here it's starting to crack, and what happened was it was weighing down the branches from this tree right here. This branch was going out like that, and that one this way, and it was laying all on it and cracking this base too. So I had to knock all this stuff down, and ends up making a pretty nice open area. Like if you come back here, and as you come into my place, you can see it's a lot more open. You can kind of see it in the back area there, and a ton of firewood. I mean, absolute ton of firewood. And so what I'm going to do is, this will be an area where I plant the native northern Arizona tallgrass, and also over in this area, and make these two spots near the camper, you know, pretty cool, and try to restore them like the ground used to be around here. I did put up some Christmas lights, so we've got those on here, and then stain the top of this. I just have to stain this back one, and I started sanding it right there. I just got to sand the rest of it and stain it, and we're good. Then I put another support beam down here, which is basically just going up there to support the middle portion of that. I did notice about an inch sag on it, so I wanted to put that on there and make sure it's all good. But it just looks great with when the lights are on. I want to do like a full Griswald Christmas and go all the way around the camper, the back side, and over to this side too. So I got to pick up about 3 or 4 more strings of lights, and we'll be good. Decent amount of firewood. This is left over from that tree that I was just explaining I had to knock down. And what I did like about that is it opened up more space for the pine trees to really start growing. And that's what my goal is to like really get these things, you know, watered well on a regular basis. And that way they can provide, you know, good shade. And also, I mean, these two right here have come so far this year. They both were just extremely frail and just didn't have hardly any pine needles on them or anything like that. And then what happened was I cleared out there was a little pine tree here and the big old bush that was blocking all the sun. As soon as I cleared that out, this tree just really came back to life, and, you know, it's filled in real well. And same with this one. This one just didn't have any branches on this side, and now it's starting to kind of fill in a little bit, which is nice. But looking back here, if you look, you know, if I were to take out the little water toad here, this would be kind of a cool, really cool view of my place, looking over like this. And I've just basically been spending most of my time clearing debris and burning debris. So I've just been running my hot tub nonstop and getting rid of all the debris with that. Just burning it, which is a nice way to get rid of things. And then I've been going through and cleaning up the rest of the property. I'm gonna go over with Darren. One of our neighbors has some metal for sale, which I'm probably gonna snag, because I could put more beds right here. I got the solar up and everything, and got this all cleaned out. And then if I just get rid of those cactus right there, I could put in like probably 4 more. See, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I could do 4 more beds over here, and then figure out what to do with that space over there that I've been clearing. But, you know, the same thing over here. I want to accentuate the pine trees and get rid of the junipers, and that's what we've been doing around here. Basically turn this whole top section into like a pine forest for myself, and then use the juniper for the firewood, because it's great firewood. I mean, it smells great, burns real hot, and, you know, there's tons of it around. I do like the views. Everything's looking real good around here, and just basically wanted to get all cleaned up for winter, because we've got storms hitting starting, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, and looking like some rain and some snow. So I'm excited for the rain, because we'll get to see how the check dams will do down in the lower section, you know, where I put those in for the water retention. So rest of the day today, we're just going to hang out, watch some college football or NFL football. I'm going to kick it with Sierra, and then get cranking starting on Monday with some projects around here. What you doing, baby girl? So, all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for my absence. I was just kind of working around here and just wasn't really filming that much. And, you know, also to the holidays, sometimes I can get kind of a funk around the holidays, but we're all good now. Everything's rocking around here. So, I'll definitely get footage of the storms coming up, and, we're going to be doing some other stuff around here too. I've got a few more projects to knock out, so I'll definitely film that and get y'all in on it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Have a good Sunday.
the